It's August of 2021, and Alaska's caribou migration is in full swing. Mutt and Tanner are on their way up to Fairbanks, Alaska for another archery drop hunt. They will be hunting the 40-mile herd like they had done in 2019 with team member Ronnie Peterson. But traveling from Wisconsin to Alaska is no quick task. They must fly from Minneapolis, Minnesota to Seattle, Washington, and then must catch a connecting flight into Fairbanks, Alaska. Once in Fairbanks, they will stay overnight and be picked up at 6 a.m. to fly into the Alaskan bush.
Hello everybody. August 24th, 2021, back in Alaska, trying to get Tanner a caribou. I'm flying out of the North Pole this year with our same pilot Mark. His brother's going to bring Tanner out with a different plane, 40-mile herd. Let's see how this goes. Well, I'm just been here like 1 minute and just see a couple of caribou up on a hill looking for a place to set up the tent, and this is pretty cool. Little fire ring. See what we got over here. Skid row. I'm not in Polk County, Wisconsin anymore. Love it. So I've been in here about 10 minutes. Just looking for a better place to put the tent, and I walk across the creek a couple of times and then I find this. I don't know who was in here before us a week ago, but what are the odds that I find 4 full cans of ice cold beer. Pretty wild. Here comes Tanner.
The hell's that thing?
Go check it out. It's funny. I think this spot is meant for us. Shut up. Yes! 4 ice cold beers.
The blonde ale. Shut up.
4 ice cold beers did it kick.
We're sure in the right spot. Too funny.
Isn't that hilarious?
Oh my god.
Back in Alaska, we've been here 20 minutes, half hour, trying to decide where to put the tent, and Cannon goes, there's some caribou right in the river bottom. Love this spot over our last one. Looks like we're going to be hunting uphill and packing downhill. I don't know. I guess I never asked them how far we are from our old spot from last year, but loving it so far. What'd you find?
I think Nick from Montana left us some snacks. Nick was just in here for an hour or two and BS and telling hunting stories. They went caribou hunting a few miles away, him and 4 guys, and had really good luck. They got 4 bulls the first day, 2 with bow, 2 with rifle. So we congratulated them on that, and they were telling us what they were eating that night, and they had potatoes and onions and carrots and veggies with their caribou meat. So he said he might have some left, so I think he left us a little snack. We got an onion, some tortillas, got some spuds. Nick, you're awesome. Thanks, buddy. Well, it's August 25th, day 1 of hunting. Got flown in yesterday morning. They flew us in onto this creek bed down below where camp is. I think we got camp set up by noon or earlier. And it started raining. Rained all day and all night. We've walked around up here, up above camp. It's about 3/4 of a mile, I suppose, from down there. Found a nice little drainage. It's got some cover around it. We're hoping to use it as a bit of a vantage point, depending on if a herd comes by us and goes above us or below us. Got some cover, some different options. So we're going to try it for a day or two and see what we get. We've seen a few caribou this morning. I don't know, we've probably seen 4 or 5 herds. Not very big ones, maybe 5 to 10 in each group. But they're all 2 miles that way, 2 miles that way. Nothing close to us. So. But I think this spot will work. We're confident that sooner or later there's going to be a good herd that'll cut through here. There's not a lot of cover up here, so we're going to try it for a few days, and then if it doesn't pan out, we'll start venturing a little further and further and see what else we got.
Day 2, 3:45. We saw some caribou go through here, like, I don't know, at noon. We took off from the bottom of this, down by camp, by Misty Pine Blind. Took us an hour and 45 minutes to get up here. I don't know. We're probably 4 miles from camp now. Just looking for a spot to sit. There seems to be a knob here where they go on both sides of it. Coming from the west, going east. Just catching our breath, and then looked over the top, and look, we feel really small right now.
After 2 days of glassing close to camp, Mutt and Tanner decided to make the 4-mile trek up to where they had seen herds of caribou crossing the deep cuts of the valley. With the open tundra, it is tough to get close enough to the herd to get an ethical archery shot. They have high hopes that the outcropping of rocks at the head of the valley will provide them with the ambush point that they need.
Beat it, Krabby. What is it, day 3? Day 3. Yesterday we didn't see a lot of animals, so it kind of turned into a scouting mission. We decided to take a 4-mile hike all the way up the valley, all the way around, and we found one of the sweetest spots we've seen for a pinch point for caribou. So it's a long ways from camp, but it's perfect bottleneck coming out of a bunch of valleys, funneling them right through ours. A bunch of rock to hide behind. Wind's perfect. If this is the spot, if it's going to work for a bow hunter, this is the spot. So I don't know what the hell she's doing. We just got here, barely. Just got here, and this cow was up on the hill, I don't know, a quarter mile away from us. We snuck down in the bottom and got underneath her, and just got here, and she come running over the hill, and she's just been snorting at us ever since, so all by herself. She's looking for some friends, but here's our bottleneck, huh? Just full of 100-year-old trails.
After only a few hours of being at the crash site, it appears that their new hunting ground is already producing trophy caribou. This herd has multiple mature bulls in it, but at over 3/4 of a mile away, and nothing but open tundra between them and the caribou. There is no making a stock or catching up to this herd. Caribou can travel anywhere from 12 to 31 miles a day when migrating, so as bow hunters, it is very tough to catch up to a moving herd.
Both sides of us, buddy?
Yep, both sides. Yeah, we got up here and got set up, and pretty quick here come a string of them down that face of that hill. Ran back. There's what we thought was 2 shooters, one velvet, one polished. And they ended up going around the back side of our little crash site that we're calling it. And they come up over the draw, I don't know, 400 yards away, and there ended up being like 6 or 8 of them in there. Big bulls, for sure. 4 or 5 shooters. The little ones that we saw were like the baby ones, so there was a couple real nice bulls. And then we were, I don't know, an hour later, saw a silhouette over on that hill, another herd of 30, 32 come through, long ways away. And they're just feeding their way across the valley. There's 2, looks like decent bulls, maybe shooters. What?
And why do we call it the crash site?
We were walking around this valley yesterday and we were glassing all these random white, what we assumed were rocks, but we got up to them and they're actually pieces of sheet metal that are sheared. I don't know what's going on. We got some theories of what happened, but we're going to see if we can get to the bottom of it. We're still looking for the plane, but
That's a piece of a plane right there. Alaska weather, huh, bud?
wait 5 minutes, it'll change.
Yeah. We can see 40 yards now. Are we having fun yet?
This is a lot of fun. It's been raining and fog for 4.5 hours.
And just changed the snow.
Good time. Well, it's August 28th, day 4. A long day yesterday. We ended up seeing a couple caribou herds, a couple of real nice bulls. Couldn't make it work. And then shortly after, rain and fog moved in. Then the wind switched, changed to snow for 4 hours. Got everything we had soaking wet. We weren't smart enough to leave. So we're out here, started a fire this morning, trying to dry some stuff out. Once you get your gear wet, it gets pretty miserable. So, and it's been this rain and fog all morning. It's finally starting to kind of lift, but we're just trying to dry stuff out before we head out.
Well, it's the end of day 4. We finally had a day without rain, dried out a bunch of stuff. It's August 28th, Saturday. We were dropped in an interesting spot. You probably already heard this, but landing on this little creek. We can walk across it. I suppose it's 8 feet wide. The Solcha River is right down from us. We dried out a bunch of clothes this morning. Finally got out of camp about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and instead of going uphill, all their caribou are coming out of the west, going to the east. North would be that way, so they're coming out of these hills, across this creek, except for up here. We call it the crash site. We found all kinds of airplane parts, wrinkled up, for sure a crash. Some of them were charred, burnt. We've seen caribou up on this ridge over here, but they haven't come down today. We went for a 3 or 4 mile hike down to the big river. Came back, nothing close. We can see caribou from camp, but I think they're 2 miles above us. So we're just about ready to have supper. Finally saw a peak of the sun today, right now. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow we're going to go over 4 miles back up the valley. It's about the only ambush spot that we have found in 7 miles of this thing for a bow and arrow. You might have seen the video. We ran into a big group. They missed us by 300 yards yesterday. There was 5 or 6 shooters in there. 1 booner, full velvet, beautiful bull. But they missed us by 300 yards, and we do have a rifle with us, but not yesterday. We didn't carry it up there. Too early on a hunt. We've got 10 days, just Tanner and I, here in the wilderness of Alaska. We'll see how it plays out. We're sticking to the bow and arrow for now.
So Mutt and I have been coming to Alaska for, is this our 6th trip? 6th trip in the bush, I think. 4 for moose, 2 for caribou. A lot of questions. One of the questions that we get from a lot of people is, what do we eat in Alaska until you actually harvest an animal where you can actually eat meat? We actually eat Mountain House freeze-dried meals. Wise Companies actually makes them too. We prefer the Mountain House, sorry Wise Company, but it's what we prefer. So, how we cook it, it's a little jet boil stove. You buy a little jet boil canister. You can buy these at Cabela's. Fill it with water, 2 cups each. So this is actually I believe it's 32 ounce. Fill it full of water, boil it for a few seconds, kill any bacteria out of the water, and then open your Mountain House, pour it in, stir it up, and then you wait for 10 minutes or so until it's actually cooked. And then bon appetit. It's actually very good, to tell you the truth. I've had worse meals at home that I've actually paid for. In the morning, we do make coffee out of it, same thing. Fill your canister up with water out of the stream or wherever you're getting the water from. Fill it up, boil it for a few seconds, and we actually just use Folgers little tea bags and then just powdered creamer. So that's what we live off of until we actually harvest something. During the day when we're hunting, we eat jerky. We usually bring a little tube of sausage, maybe summer sausage that we actually make from the animals that we harvest. So. It's the morning of day 5. Cold night last night. It goes down to 24. We ended up getting up early and hoofing it up here 4 miles up to the crash site. And then the fog set in and we sat in the fog for an hour and a half or an hour. Now it let up and the sun come out. And we've seen a few caribou. And then that herd that you just saw come through, I don't know, was there 20 something in there? I didn't count them. Looked like there was a couple small bulls in there maybe, but mostly cows and calves. But that's how it's supposed to work, so that's exactly what we're looking for in this spot. They come down off there and kind of side hill and feed their way up. Come right through this little pinch point, and it would have been a 20-25 yard shot on a lot of them, so this might work.
Crystal clear drinking water.
It's the morning of day 7. We didn't talk much yesterday. It was kind of a miserable day, to say the least. Got out of the tent. It was probably mid-30s, I suppose. Windy. 30-mile-an-hour winds. We packed up and did our 4-mile hike up here, and we got to gain 1,000 feet of elevation, which is pretty painful even though it's over 4 miles. Got halfway up, about 2 miles in, the cloud bank, or either fog bank or cloud bank, moved into this crash site that we've been sitting on. So the last 2 miles we had to navigate through the fog and finally made it here, got up, got situated, sat down, kind of tucked behind this rock out of the wind. I don't know what we're here, 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. And here come a string of caribou. Can't see 40 yards. That bank you see there right behind me is as far as we could see. Pretty quick. Here come a cow and a real small bull just poking out of the fog. And there was 5 or 6 of them in that herd. A couple small bulls, nothing even close to big at all. So they took off, went down the hill. And we had 2, 3 other smaller herds come through, just appear out of the fog out of nowhere. Like I said, you couldn't see more than 40 yards. That's really all we saw for caribou throughout the day. The fog and the wind kept up all day. I think it finally let up around 3:30 in the afternoon. So we sat here for 8-10 hours in the fog. Not much you can do. You can run back down the valley, but you're probably only going to be seeing the same thing. So, but when the fog did lift, about 15 minutes later, we looked around the corner and here come a sow and 3 cubs, grizzly bear cubs, running down this hill right behind me. So that was cool and also a little nerve-wracking. They're about a half a mile away, that hill. There's a pile of grizzly sign down below us. I don't know if they're rolling in the grass and eating it or what, but there's something living here, or was living here. I don't know if we pushed them out of the valley maybe. There's a reason they were running down that hill from, and we're guessing, a bigger grizzly, but we don't know for sure. So we stuck it out till, I don't know, what time did we leave, 6:30?
6:30.
Hoofed it back to camp and got up this morning. It's a beautiful day. I don't know, it's probably 40s, 40. Wind dropped down to about 10, 15 miles an hour. Something that's bearable. Sun shining. Cloud ceiling's nice and high, so we shouldn't have to worry about any fog. Good visibility. We're hoping today's the day. Anything else to add?
Not really. Other than the boys in blue interrupted the first part of your...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think they're doing Air Force training down in Fairbanks this week, so there's been fighter jets flying all week back and forth. You can see the tracks in the sky, and last week was bad. Every day we'd have 4 sonic booms, and of course a fighter jet, you can see them before you're gonna hear them, so you don't ever hear anything coming. You just hear this big sonic boom, and it scares the crap out of us. Like hit the deck.
Like 4 of them a day.
Yeah, there's 4 of them a day. So they're out playing around again this week, but we haven't heard a sonic boom, so we're hoping they got that training over with. So wish us luck today, I guess.
that. Smoked him. Smoked him, buddy. Smoked him, buddy. You killed a dandy. That's it, right there. Tanner Wilson. You killed a big caribou. Stretched out, man, that was beautiful. What do you got, bud?
Yeah, baby.
What do you got? Woo! Second of the last day. Oh, you betcha. Oh, was that pretty? Oh, was that pretty? It paid. What time is it, bro? Don't fall off the rocks.
10 to 7.
10 to 7.
Day 8. Oh.
It's all you, bud.
Yesterday we didn't have much luck. Thought yesterday was going to be the day. Oh, sorry, I'm kind of a mess. Kind of getting discouraged. It didn't see much for caribou afternoon. Today we came down. Didn't quite get to the crash site, and there was 4 shooter bulls that just walked through here. If we'd have been 15 minutes earlier, we'd have had a shot at one of them. But sat the rest of the day. Saw one herd come over, a couple lone cows. One lone bull just came through, what, 10 minutes ago?
Yep.
All by himself, come through, ran down and around. I'm going, shit, we got 15 minutes and we're going to take off back for camp. And just over that hill, here come a dozen. You can see them running back away now, but they were coming over that hill and there was one bull in front. They come down. He decided that he's got a big shovel.
He's got a huge shovel.
Big shovel, decent tops, not real wide.
Not real wide.
I'm happy with him.
How many days have we been coming up to this spot for that shot?
8 days, 4 miles back and forth, 1,000 feet of elevation. 64 miles we put on to do that. Wow, wow, wow. Go, buddy.
Here we go.
We did it. We did it.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, buddy.
Thank you so much.
I love it. My best friend just shot a big ass caribou. I love it. I love it. You want to go look at it? Beautiful shot. Right tight to the shoulder. You see the blunt? I don't know. You might have clipped the top of the heart too. As soon as I saw the arrow hit. Done deal. Whew. Oh, we were getting discouraged. It's right back to like last time we were up here. I shot one in the last morning. Well, tomorrow is the last day.
Yeah, I thought we were going home empty again.
Yep. Yeah. So.
Now we got some work in front of us.
Yep. Oh God, yeah. He's laying.
Yeah, where did he go?
He's
70, 80 yards maybe?
Yeah, probably 70, 80. He's laying there. And camp is all the way down this valley.
Oh yeah, it's going to be dark packing.
I know it. And where those trees are, it's actually camp is left of that. We're going to go look at them. Arrow's laying right there, pass through. He switched arrows today for some better luck.
Rage in the cage.
Rage in the cage, bro. Blood red laying right here. Hit the rock and stopped on the other side. A beautiful day in Alaska.
Yeah, sitting right up there.
Our little bottleneck paid off. He was standing right here and he had no hope of seeing Tanner.
8 days of killing ourselves.
Right against it.
This has got to be one of the most grueling, mentally and physically exhausting hunts I think we've been on.
Say that again?
I said this has got to be one of the most grueling and physically and mentally exhausting hunting trips we've been on. They made us really work for it this time. We still got one more tag, but there's always tomorrow.
I'm packing meat. I'm not hunting.
Oh my God.
Maybe went 85 yards. That's a big animal. Big double shovel.
Yeah, he's got a nice shot. Yeah, he's got doubles even. Way cool. Yeah. Not the biggest bull, but he's got cool shovels.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, way cool.
Great bezels.
Yeah, no kidding.
Cool tops.
Wow. Yeah, he's cool. I'm very, very happy. Got some back scratchers.
Yeah.
Got a pretty coat.
Beautiful.
Starting to turn white.
Look at you. Look at you, man.
Yeah, I can't thank you enough, buddy, for
You're welcome.
killing yourself every day.
You're welcome. It's worth it right here.
For sure. He's a pretty animal, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's got a cool white patch on his forehead too, doesn't he? Yeah, you don't see many of them with the double shovel. Usually
No.
just one little spot.
What is it, like 5% have double shovels?
Yeah.
He's got two big ones.
Way cool.
And a chunk of velvet hanging off the front. It'd be nice to take some pictures and try and duplicate that. I don't know how.
He's not broomed off though. Oh, way cool.
Look at you. Want to take some pictures? You want to tell a story? What do you want?
Pictures are probably fine. Well, it's September 1st, day 8 for Mutt and I here in Alaska for 2021 caribou. This has been a grueling hunt. I'm not gonna lie. Mutt and I have been hoofing it back and forth up this valley for 8 days straight. 4 miles up, 4 miles back. Sitting 10-12 hours a day. Not seeing a lot of animals. Definitely not getting opportunities. I think we had opportunities on real small bulls maybe, but it's not even in the ballpark of what we're looking for. So anyway, day 8. Started out this morning. Great, beautiful, clear morning. Nice and cool. Mutt and I start heading in. We get within, I don't know, half a mile of our crash site up there. And 4 shooter bulls had just come through our pinch point and we're standing below the crash site. If we'd have been here 15-20 minutes earlier, we'd have had a shot at them for sure. So, of course, we got a little bit down going, okay, it's day 8. Was that our shot? You know, because we haven't had any shooter bulls come through. But we waited it out. We saw one herd with a decent bull that ended up crossing the valley a long ways away. No chance of cutting them off. So we held our position up on that rock. A couple small little groups of cows and calves came through. And then about 15 minutes before he showed up, there was one real narrow bull that come down the valley all by himself. Mutt tried to run around the backside of the rock to chase him back up through this pinch point, but he ended up burning down the hill and not working. 15 minutes later, here come a herd over the hill, and this big guy was in front. Couldn't have worked better. We were just getting ready to pack up and head back to camp. Oh. Anyway, it's been... I can't thank Mutt enough. He's kicking his ass up and down this valley every day, not complaining. Our bodies are shot, I'm not gonna lie. This is, you gotta get in better shape for this. You're Flatlanders. Anyway, it all came together the second to last day, thank God. We thought we were gonna have to hump back up here again in the morning, and it's such a long pack, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it in one night. So we got all day tomorrow to finish it, but I think we're gonna get skinning. Mutt, I can't thank you enough, buddy.
You're very welcome.
Oh man, that was fun. He come walking up. He didn't go where that other bull went. Right before him, he actually turned and came right up that pinch point, just like it was scripted, like it was meant to happen. I saw that from the side at, I don't know, a quarter mile away. You could see the shovels. What we thought was just one big, long, tall shovel, but he's actually got doubles. When I saw the one shovel, I threw the binoculars down and I went, yep, I'm gonna shoot him. Threw the binoculars down, grabbed my bow, and quit looking at him, and Mutt was just guiding me. Okay, yep, he's 25, he's coming up the hill, and you can hear their ankles click when they walk, which I'm sure you can hear in the video. As soon as I could hear ankles clicking, release was clicked on. He crested the edge of that rock, his head poked out, he got his front end out, and he started to quarter, almost like he heard something, and I was just getting ready to draw when he turned his head a little bit. I didn't finish the draw, and he actually went back, kept walking, and I finished the draw, gave him a bleat, and he stopped, looked, and I let her rip, held it right tight to the shoulder. He's a mess in here for sure. And he ran off, what, 80 yards maybe?
Maybe 80.
Fun day, buddy. Fun day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We
Good
are
job.
Wilson Productions from Polk County, Wisconsin. Mutt and Tanner Wilson.
Thank you everybody for subscribing. We were afraid we weren't going to get you a video for this year with a kill on it, but this guy's a trooper. Hips hurting like crazy and made it up that thing. We had one day left tomorrow and it's going to be for packing meat. Like Tanner said, so grueling. It was, I don't know, we're 1,200 feet, gained 1,200 feet of elevation in 4 miles, whatever that adds it to. So, and what do we got? What do they call it? Tussets?
Tussock swamps, yep.
Tusset Swamp, and we call it the Bear Maze. This valley is full of grizzly crap. 2 days ago we saw 4 grizzlies, a sow and 3 cubs run down the hill behind. So it's not a real pleasure walk either.
No, and those grizzlies we saw are only 3/4 of a mile right that way.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
yeah.
we better get skinning.
Good call. Good call.
It is late in the evening on September 1st, and the guys have a lot of work to do to get this caribou down the valley and back to camp before dark. Their plan is to skin and bone the caribou, and then take 1 load of meat each back down to camp and return in the morning for the rest of the meat and the antlers. It is a 4-mile hike through grizzly country. The last thing they want is to come face to face with a hungry grizzly with meat on their backs, so they must make quick work of this extraction.
How's your day going?
My day's going great. Having a great day. Seasoning up some steaks to throw on the fire. It's only 11 o'clock at night. Got done packing meat, hanging it on the meat pole. We're eating good. Best meal of the year, right here.
This next segment is brought to you by Jack Daniels and King Street Brewing Company.
What are we doing here?
Well, so
So,
there's a really big hole in here.
our air mattress.
Gotta glue it. Hey, look, I think
Here's some other
I
stuff.
think if we just glue it together.
Yeah. We tried the patch kit, and then we added help a brother out.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
There's a good chance we're sleeping on the ground the rest of the trip.
And then we weren't sure about the patch, so we added the Ziploc bag.
I think it's working.
So we had a whole bunch of logic up at the fire, came in. Tanner plopped his butt on the air mattress and it went kaboom!
Kaboom!
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're good. I don't even think that's where it was leaking.
Oh.
There she is. We need more glue. That's all that is.
Yep. That's all there is to it. That would be a problem right there. Oh, you did not just put the rest of the tube on.
No, no, there's more.
You are like a doctor.
I know.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
Are you nailing it?
I didn't even fucking go to school for this shit.
Yep.
Crushed it.
Yeah. Like the Ziploc bag is a ticket for. Yeah. Who needs to buy that expensive patch kit?
I don't even know where we got the bag from.
The kit came in the bag.
Why are we using that?
What? The bag?
Well, anything big enough?
No, that guy is like that is the wrapper off of the kit, and the patch wasn't big enough for a 4-inch hole, so we used the bag.
Should we let it cure for a minute?
Yeah.
It is day 9. As the men make their last trek down the valley with the final load of meat, they reflect on the last 10 days of being dropped in the Alaskan bush and how humbling of an experience it truly is. Archery hunting in the Alaskan bush is not for the faint of heart. Alaska weather can change from sun and warm fall temperatures to snow, rain, fog, and wind in just minutes. You need to be prepared for any scenario out here. Weather can truly make or break your hunt, but you have to have the drive to push on and get it done. After fabricating a makeshift meat pole and hanging the last sacks of meat, the guys enjoy one last meal of caribou steaks, along with a couple of ice-cold cans of beer that they had found in the creek bed when they flew in. A meal they look forward to every year and won't soon forget. There is something about eating a fresh steak cooked over an open fire that just makes it that much better and the trip that much more rewarding.